What's up, guys? It's Austin. I got a quick short little DIY video for you guys. Today I'm going to show you how to make a it's like a brake master cylinder brace. It's super simple, super DIY. You only need a couple tools, and I'll show you two methods of doing it. My method is going to be, I have a front strut bar, so I'll be utilizing that for this. If you don't have a front strut bar, I'll also show you, and I'll include pictures on how to make a bracket to do this. So it's super simple. If you will need a welder. I mean, you can buy this kit, but like I said, this is DIY. So this is the DIY way of doing it with a welder and just two nuts and a bolt. So let's get started. Okay, so the tools for me, I need a 14 millimeter and a flathead screwdriver, and this is just to remove my front strut bar and get the crossover tube and some stuff out of the way. So let's go to the car. You'll need an extension as well. Okay, now let's go. Alright, so you're going to remove your factory airbox on a Miata. It's right around here. So you're going to remove that, move it out of the way. If you have a strut bar like I do, then you're just going to undo the bolts for it and then move this out of the way. Alright guys, so you see how it's pretty much in line? This piece here is in line with the brake master cylinder. So what I'm going to do is, I have a bolt that has two nuts on it. I'm going to weld the nuts onto the support for the strut brace, and when I do that, it'll place that bolt pushing against the brake master cylinder. I know I need to change my brake fluid, but it'll push the bolt right against. Now I know it's not going to be perfectly centered. To have it perfectly centered, you would need to remove the strut brace and maybe drill a hole into it somehow. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to, it's good enough. It just needs to have forward pressure. So all I'm going to do is mark off the point where those bolts need to be welded onto the plates here, and that'll be it. So let's get that measurement. Alright, so I'm going to line this up, and I'm going to turn these bolts, or these nuts, to make sure they're perfectly in the center of where this is, of where these, so the plate is perfectly in the center of the nuts. And then I'm going to get the height that I want, so it's right in the center of that. And then I'm going to take a measurement, I'm going to make a mark at the top and the bottom, and then one more, so this is level, and then one here. So now that I have the gist of where this needs to be, I'm just going to take it back, and I'm going to take the actual bracket off, and I'm going to bring it inside, score these marks into it, and then, yeah, that'll be it. Alright, here's that. Alright, so I don't know if you guys can tell, but we have our 4 marks on here. And I'm going to take a measurement of where these are, and then I'll clean off the paint here, and then I'm going to weld it, and then that'll be it. So let's do that. Okay guys, so I took a measurement here, I'll show you. From the top of this plate here to the first mark is 1.5 inches. I don't know if you guys can tell, to the top of that first mark. And then to the second mark is at the 2-inch line. So we're at 1.5 inches and then 2 inches. That's our mark. And on the other side, it's going to be the same thing. We're going to make it 1.5 inches and then 2 inches. Alright, so now clean the metal and then weld it. Alright, I know it's kind of dark, but I'm just going to just going to, hopefully that doesn't, okay, it's probably going to be dark, but I'm just going to sand this with some 150 grit sandpaper, because that's all I got. So 1.5 inches and 1 inch, or 2 inch. Alright, so now I have pretty much all the metal cleaned off from over here. So we're just going to remake our measurements of 1.5 inches and 2 inches. There. So I can't remember if you're supposed to weld these with the nuts or with a bolt through it so it doesn't warp, or a bolt not in it so they don't heat together. We're going to try with a bolt not in it and see how that goes. So hang on while I get my welder set up. Alright guys, so I'm not a very good welder, but I mean I kind of know the basics, which I guess is good enough. You guys can't see right now because there's a shield in front of your face, but I'm setting up everything to weld. Alright guys, so here we have the finished product. Just the 2 nuts welded on with the bolt. And that's it, man. We're gonna go bolt it up. See you guys in a sec. Alright guys, so after some welding and a quick coat of paint, we're done. So it's back in the car, it's reinstalled. By the way, what do you guys think about that side intake? Huh? Think it's lame? Think it's cool? I think it looks pretty cool from like a driver's view to have a big ol', you know, like Mad Mike kind of out of the hood intake. But here it is. It's hard to even tell what we did, but it's in there. Obviously you can tell the difference between the paint here and here, but that's it right there. So I have the bolt snugged up just to where it's touching here, but it's not completely in the way. As you can see, there's the 2 nuts that are welded on, and I painted them, and this is kind of warped, so I'm not worried about the bolt threading back in or coming out or anything like that. Like I said, it is snugged up against the brake master cylinder anyway, so I don't expect it to come out. But that's it guys, that's, you know, everything. This is reinstalled, everything lines up, all the bolts in here are back on. And I mean, if you guys have a welder, then this is pretty much a free mod for you to do. There's just some bolts and nuts I had laying around, and now I mean theoretically now it should be a lot better as far as brake feel and stuff like that. And just to kind of show you guys here, this isn't really easy to move. I'm putting some force on it, so we should be pretty solid. And alright, that's it guys. If you liked the video, make sure to like, comment, share the video, show all your friends, and feel free to try it yourself. I don't know the exact spec on the bolts or the nuts or anything like that, but this is not too difficult for you to do yourself. If I can do it, you guys can definitely do it. So yeah, I hope you liked the video, and see you in the next one.